And we are recording. Hello,
We're live.
everyone.
Hello.
So, today with me we have Nico, a wonderful
Hello,
friend of
everyone.
mine who is it's been working with cartoons for quite some time. And I'm just gonna give you the spotlight. When did you start your art journey? And I was like, when did you fall in love with cartoons?
Oh, well, I was one of those person that it was like, oh, I love cartoon as a kid. Like my friends in school just bullied me because they're like, Nico, you just watch cartoons 24 hours, just non-stop. Like it wasn't even cartoon, just non-stop TV. I just loved it. And
Mm.
I was lucky because I grew up with the eras of I watched Cartoon Network, and then The Simpsons and Futurama and stuff was after dark, and I was just always growing up with cartoons, and then anime boom came out, and I was just all my life just cartoons, always watching them. I didn't even know that they were a career choice, but when I finished high school, and my parents were like, Nico, you need to find something to do with your life, and we were like, okay, let's search for options, and we saw animation in one of the applications in college, and I was just like, ah, perfect. And then I just never stopped drawing since that day. And
Nice.
it's, yeah, in a way to say they always been a part of my life. I always just love watching them, the simplicity, the love. uh, and even though I say it in a simple way, to me, like animation and art is always been like something important to me in communicating and connecting with people too. So yeah, it's always been a part of my life, even when I don't think about it. That's why I love it so much.
Yeah, like I will talk about that topic a bit. Like connecting with people is the main reason why I do art. And I also like do singing and piano and a whole bunch of stuff like that. I love reaching people. And I'm right with you on that page. That is like one of my favorite things. Um Now let's talk a bit about what's on the screen right now, because people might be like, what? What is going on? So, guys, today we're going to do a collaboration. We're going to use Magma in order to paint a very specific topic. And Nico, I think I'll let you introduce what show this is from and who this is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I believe I should have mentioned like my curriculum in a way. Like I work as a layout artist and comic artist. Like always work for someone else's. Recently, like in this couple of years, a lot of people have been investing and saying and telling me, is the time for people to start showing their projects and stuff? And I was just like, oh, let's try it. In the many ideas that I had, I decided to just start my own indie show just for fun, experimenting, and just trying to get myself out there. And this is a character on the show that Anya voices actually. And this is for my show Cartoon Therapy, a show of a crazy horror type asylum filled with cartoon characters that are just trying to survive, crazy kinds of situations. And the sketches that you see the sketches that you see here is from Dorothy, the lovely bear nurse of the hospital.
And before we get too far into this, like when you approached me with this show, I I was so confused. Like you approached me and you explained it, and I was like, "That sounds interesting." But then you showed me this adorable little teddy bear, and I could not say no. Like she is so cute, and it's just been such an honor to voice her. It's been super super fun. I've never done voice acting, but honestly, it feels so natural and so enjoyable. And I'm really thankful I get to be part of your project, Nico. So thank you for having me on. And like, I'm super excited to have you on today and work on this together. So tell me a little bit more about Dorothy. What are we illustrating today?
So the aesthetic of the show is really just I just love cartooniness, and I always love the cutesy horror aesthetic. There's nowadays is very popular actually with many shows and just internet humor and stuff, which is cute but messed up stuff happening at the same time. And I was always trying to combine those, but in different ways of not just having a shock value, but the horror aspect be part of it. And I thought of and many movies and games that I like, stuff like Bioshock, Portal, horror movies in horror asylums. And I was like, how would it be a situation where cartoon characters are faced in these crazy abandoned worlds, and how do they interact with it? And the idea of asylum for Looney Tunes was always in the back of my head, and I tried to combine those in this Frankenstein of a project of ideas. And it's really all about experimentation, trying stuff out, and really just trying to make a show or a project that I enjoy. I believe that's always an advice that I always heard working in any kind of project, music, game, or whatever it is. Make sure you enjoy it, make sure you're interested in it. And that's one of this project is for me, just me trying to find something that I enjoy.
I love that. I love that. And it was just kind of like you were explaining this to me, and it felt right for me to voice this character. Like I want to say that like right off the bat, it just felt kind of like, yeah, I could definitely do this. It's gritty, it's kind of scary, but it's cute at the same time. And I I just love this kind of thing. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about our different thumbnails, because we got together a few days ago to talk about like what kind of illustration we might want to make. And we came up with a few different ideas here. One of which was to have like Dorothy looking at the audience with this just massive syringe. Because I think one of the things you mentioned to me, Nico, is that she's actually really small,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Like she's like the concept of the character is like this little toy of a teddy bear, like a Care Bear. She's fairly small, like she's the size of a regular teddy bear. The size that you imagine a teddy bear, that she is. And she's like a toy that's adds to the horror of a little toy taking care of you in this situation. She has these robot eyes that are like the ER, just images always
Wait,
flowing around.
so she's a literal Care Bear?
She is a little Care Bear. She's a little Care Bear for you.
I love that. Okay, sorry, I cut you off. Go on.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Another thing that is fun of the character, and all the patients, all the cartoon characters are inspired by stuff like Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse. They're all prey animals. And as added to the horror that she's a bear, she's the only predator that is one of the animals. And I thought that, oh, that can be fun. Like she's the one taking care of them, even though the animal is the one that murders them at all times. And also, one of the horrors that I can imagine of it is just like a machine taking care of you, like, and just going, and that's kind of like the dark humor of her, of just like, oh, it's okay, this is a normal procedure, while tons of syringes and stuff are just coming right at you, but she's completely calm. Like another thing, like she cannot frown because she has a just she's forced to always be smiling because she's a machine. Just trying to have fun with the characters, like add to the enormous piles of robot characters that are messed up and people usually like them, like GLaDOS, HAL 9000, stuff, those kind of characters, and just put into a very cartoony, cutesy package.
Oh yeah, I love voicing her into like so sweet that it's creepy. It's kind of like when you go somewhere and everyone's like extremely saccharine or like super nice, super like over the top nice, you get this like kind of a sensation. Yeah, I love doing that. And so if you want to check that out, like definitely we'll pop the link in the description or something for your first episode. And by the time this comes out, probably have the second episode out too. So check that out.
Probably it's like
Cool.
50% done. Small team making it is, and again, I try to do this just for fun, so it's another thing. It's funny that you say that you like the cutesy voice, because I picked Anya because if you hear other streams or just her, she has a lovely soft voice that is very nice to hear. And I imagine, oh, that would make sense that the robot is programmed to have a very nice voice that is like lovely to hear. Like she was designed as a bear also to be like cute and to be calming to the patients. But when your situation is horrible, something cute and nice telling you what to do is not what you want to hear. That's another one of the contrasts.
Thank you. That's so sweet. And honestly, like I lean into it. I'm like, this is creepy. Okay, let me just see how bad I can make it. Like so it's super fun. You'll hear like a different side of my voice in that in his cartoon, and it's just amazing. So let's get on and do it. So one was her with a syringe getting ready to give you the medicine. One was, what is this, X-ray kind of
Oh
a
yeah.
scene where
I was telling Anya one of the things that she can do. She can remove one of her eyes, like an eye socket, and then you see a black hole with a red dot on it. And then we thought, oh, that can be a cool visual of her holding her own eye as a ball, like a super villain.
mm,
But she's meant to be more fun in some ways. The huge syringe one was more of a League of Legend action one that maybe we'll do in the future. Um, like
and then we
there
have
were just so many
this,
options.
right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
then we
that
have
one.
this, right?
Yeah,
Um,
she's doing electroshock therapy to another of the cartoon characters, and she's just smiling. But the composition in that one we didn't love because the focus is not on
yeah,
her.
I remember you drawing this, and I was like immediately picturing something like this, which I started like describing like, hey, why don't we have her go like, oops, kind of a situation, and like he would be in the background because we wanted to make an illustration about her. But it's great because you actually voiced this character, right?
Yeah. That's because of the limited staff, and I want to afford all my voice actors and stuff. I voice that's one of the patients, a rabbit Bugs Bunny inspired, but also combined with Scooby Doo because he's scared of everything and just going under a very severe, horrible treatment. And Dorothy is just like, "Oops, I pressed the wrong button," and just stuff are coming out onto him, and he's just screaming in pain.
Uh, like, oh, I totally get it. Um, so yeah, this is gonna be super fun to do. We did indeed in the end pick this one, and it's going to be really fun to get into. Having said that, Nico always works in 1920 by 1080. So I
Mhm.
doubled that ratio so that he still has the same ratio to work in, but we have more of like an HD feel to the canvas. So I'm going to go on to that now. And what we can do, I put our thumbnail transparency super low, and I just kind of brought it in. So we
Mhm.
can, sorry. So here's what we can do. We can go right on ahead and get started because I feel like we have been communicating about this enough for the moment. But let's do something. I want to bring in the new reference window. It's probably gonna have it's gonna have my gestures from the other day. Hold on, I'm gonna replace it with this plastic ball because Dorothy is made of plastic. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's another of the fun things. She is a robot, and I imagine like, oh, visually people will imagine the teddy bear soft look. But if she ever were a real toy, I mean, like a Japanese type of doll that is plastic and just moving, has eyes of glass. So even though she looks very cartoony and cutesy, the actual texture of the character is like a nightmarish kind of doll situation. Because
Right.
that's usually the type of monsters that I see.
So that's gonna be super fun for me. I'm gonna get to paint. I'm gonna make sure your layer is always above mine because okay, so everyone, Nico's specialty is line work. But
Yeah.
very beautiful stylized line work. If you've seen any of his stuff, you know instantly. So I'm gonna work under him, and then we might have a few moments where I work over a little bit to add that painterly feel. Um, but let's talk about where the light's coming from. So I know we want to have a light that's kind of like behind all this stuff in the background
Hmm.
that is going to come down here. Can this
Hmm.
button be lit?
It can be like we can work that
I'm just looking
the
for
eyes of Dorothy are always red, and so the big red button can help to just direct
right.
eyes to there, like kind of play a bit.
Yeah, I'm just looking to figure out where the light is because a big part of making plasticky things appear as plastic is to know like where your light is coming from so that you can render plastic.
Hmm.
So let me on this other screen bring up a whole bunch of references for Dorothy because she's the sweetest. Um,
And while you do that, I believe it's good to mention that all of this idea of working together on a piece came just for the concept of we both have very opposite styles. Like I rely a lot on work of line work, simplicity, and stylization. And I know you do so many studies of just how to capture proper light, proper texture. and just are more
Mm.
realistic based on reference. While I just try to just simplify and make stuff easy for animation. So it was just gonna be fun to see how we mesh the styles together.
Yeah, we've never done this before. We've never collaborated together. We're just gonna throw stuff at a wall until it sticks,
We're
and
doing it live, people. We're doing it
yeah,
raw.
we're gonna figure it out. So I'm thinking it would be really cool to have some like actually some worms in
Mm,
the shadows might be cool. So I'm just
it can
gonna
be.
start. I'm just gonna like kind of give it. Okay, hold on, because I don't want to hide what's there. So let me just like kind of put some of that in there. It's it's gonna look weird for a while until I kind of
It's a
start getting
process.
going. Yeah, it is a process.
It's like the teenage era of the painting. It's a little weird, it's a little awkward. Doesn't even know what it's
Yeah,
doing.
I love that. I love you saying it that way because that's what it feels like. And that's why a lot of artists they actually won't share their art like mid process because you have that very common like, don't look, I'm not done.
It's
Um,
not done yet.
it's not done yet. Like, so cute. Now, the light in hospitals is normally very cool. So why don't we do like a cool light? I could do like just a very right. So
Yeah,
at
I
this
like
point,
it.
I don't want to like add too many strokes because I don't want to lose the drawing too much.
No worries, no worries. I'm trying to
We can
maintain a
always
little bit
leave
of the
this
Dorothy.
here. Yeah, that's better. I'll put the drawing above my stuff because I'm just trying to develop like what the mood is. Um, cool. Okay, I can't wait to put little reflections like blue reflections on him. That's gonna be awesome.
Gonna be super fun. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be weird seeing how we experiment and like the light because like in my artwork I usually rely on a big black stuff always being on screen because of the line work, and while
Right.
the natural light doesn't reflect on black lines, so it's just gonna be interesting to see how we mesh the things.
Yeah, I might have some like points of view where I'm kind of like, "Hey, we should do this." And then you'll be like, "But there's a line separating there." And then I'll be like, "But what if we had an overlap?"
Oh my
So
god,
we'll have discussions, don't worry. We'll definitely
it's
get
just crazy enough to work.
we'll make it work. I'm also looking at some reference boards that you sent me on some inspiration for this cartoon, just to make sure I choose colors that make sense. Like they're not, you know, jarring.
No worries. Like that's another thing that I like. This is regarding more of animation. Usually in animation and just backgrounds for movies and stuff, the light is always changed in a way to help set the mood of a scene. And for example,
Mhm.
like red is in theory of color, red is usually related to danger or action or a moment of tense, stuff like that. So having like red
Mhm.
shadows or surrounding like warm shadows surrounding the area can give a sense of like all blood and danger and mystery all around Dorothy, while she and the character behind her are illuminated in bluer light. Like that can be a nice contrast. But at the same time, when I work on the show, I try to sometimes reference natural light because I imagine cartoons working in a natural, realistic environment is also jarring. So that just adds to it. Like
Yeah.
you don't see the Care Bears in the pink sky with the cotton candy cloud, and you feel like, oh,
Right.
that's okay, that's natural. But if it's like a realistic teddy bear, that goes into the uncanny valley. So it's a balance of just light and how it works, and stylized cartoons and in realistic environments, just combinations of those stuffs.
Like playing around with having the light like seep through where the table is.
Oh, I like it.
Maybe like because I know the table is out here, or is that his ears? Are those his ears, or does the
Oh,
table
that's
keep
it.
going?
That's a year. The table is ending close to where you left it.
Okay. Okay. Good. Just making sure I see that correctly.
No worries, no worries. You're here.
because you're kind of the maestro of the design. I'm just here to be like super supporty and like,
Actually, like the character does looks a bit longer there than what he actually is. We could even cut
oh,
the
you could change the land art. Like you can move it around. That's why it's super low opacity. Like we can even lower it still. And as you keep going, we'll work together on that. Totally. I'm just bringing it up so that you still have, but you can change it like for sure. Um, yeah. We're gonna want like a super bright. Yes. This poor little bunny.
that's another thing that I believe are the funny aspects of the show is just over the top violence. Like nowadays, it's really hard. You don't see it as like the Looney Tunes as classic cartoony as they used to were. Like now like a lot of the comedy usually comes from very heavy dialogue more than slapstick. But
Yeah.
so I'm just as I'm working on this because I'm not a writer, so I'm still trying to learn how to make something funny with just words. I'm trying to just capture the classic essence on over the top cartooniness violence because it's like that's one of the aspects of the story of the show is like how you kill a cartoon character. Like how can you go over the board with that? Like a cartoon
Right.
character can survive anything, a shotgun to the face, and how many shotguns to the face can a cartoon character survive? And just taking that always to the extra limit.
I
And
have
if you
never
keep pushing
thought
it,
about
people
that.
yeah, people kind of like that's kind of like the joke is like, can you kill a cartoon character? How over the top could you need to get to do that? And that's what Dorothy will find out. She will find how to kill a cartoon character.
I will find out. Is it
No
one of the
matter.
catchphrases I have to say are like, "Don't worry, I'll never let you die."
Yeah, like she's like, don't worry, I will never let you die because she's like not programmed to actually kill them. She just needs to find out what kills them.
Right. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Whoa. This character is so like multifaceted. Like she's so not what she seems, which is what I love because I have this sensation like as a person, I have always felt misunderstood. And so
Hmm.
when I see something like this character who appears one way but is actually like a totally different way, and then it's like misunderstanding, like to me, I relate to that character, right?
Hmm. I
And like
see. I
she doesn't
see.
help herself because it's like you can instantly see how she's if she didn't want to appear creepy, like she shouldn't like be the way that she is because it just leads people to believe that she's creepy. But you know,
Hmm. I I remember hearing some talks about just characters and in some stories, especially in stories about horror or people or in comedic horror stories, like there are these type of characters that don't face repercussion for their actions. And I've
mm,
seen those like for an example, in a game show, and you don't usually see the host always suffering from the actions that he takes. Like I've seen that in some horror games and stuff like that. Like the villain in those scenarios doesn't suffer, and I like to imagine that's similar for Dorothy. She's a character that doesn't suffer for her actions. She can be as mean as she wants with the rest of the cast, and then like there's very little that any of them can do about it. She's like always technically in control of the situation. And you might say that, oh, that's boring of a character. She don't has no issues or nothing at all. And that's most of where the comedy comes from. Of it's like, how over the top can you make it to be funny? Like that's a thing. Like that's a thing of cartoon characters. I believe it's just like how over the top can you really make it that is like surprises people still in some ways.
mm. And I love the constant. It's like a rule. It's like Roadrunner never like gets caught, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like it makes it funny cuz when Wile E. Coyote is trying to get Roadrunner, you know he's not going to get it and you're just waiting for what the funny part is when he gets like caught and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner were one of my favorite ones as a kid because it was the same joke over and over. I never expected Wiley to catch the Roadrunner, but I always tune in to watch him get blown up to bits.
Destroyed.
I remember like, and there's a lot of intelligence to just the writing of it. I remember seeing just some of the concepts and scripts of it, and one of them was like, and Wiley always is the own cause of his own pain. Like the Roadrunner never actually hurts him. He like Wiley always
Yeah.
is the one hurting himself. And like you may think, oh, that's such a simple rule, but they have made thousands of episodes of just Wiley hurting himself over and over and over again.
Yup. Yep. That's exactly
And
how it goes. And I love this return to like slapstick humor. It's wonderful.
I believe it needs to evolve still in some ways. I'm still learning how to do it, and that is a thing. Like because I don't see a slapstick done nowadays. I cannot think of a slapstick show that is relies solely on slapstick humor. And even the original Looney Tunes never were fully slapstick. People just think that because they're cartoons, but there's so much dialogue still. So I'm just still learning. I believe Tom and Jerry. I remember hearing talks about them as they are the king. Tom and Jerry are the kings of slapstick humor. Like there's so many like stuff that goes with that. Stuff like it was like just reliance on how squishy and how hard is a hit on Tom. Like it's, to me it's fascinating just seeing how many stuff people just see as, oh, it's just the silly joke, but there's someone like, oh, Tom needs to bend this way, that this part of the body is hard, this part of the body is flabby, or what it hits him, the value of what it hits is like, is the physics of cartoon is just so silly and fun to me. And I'm still learning how to work with that.
Yeah, it's like in my gestures recently I've had to really start understanding like how to push them. And it's very similar to like what you're doing, but it ends up with a different result. But it's basically like how do you push the form to make it look a certain way? And now is she wearing her nurse's
Oh yeah,
jacket?
she is. I'm
Okay,
still like
okay.
working on it because it's like her uniform is so thin. Like the line of the uniform is so thin compared to the rest of their lines.
I just wanted to know so I knew what local color.
She has little sleeves. She's wearing a classic nurse uniform. When I was designing her, I studied so many different types of uniforms of nurses. They were like the all classic with long dresses, the all white ones, and like the character is already all white, so it was just gonna be a little boring and monotone to see. Like maybe all white could have been creepy. Maybe she has an all white uniform later when she really needs to like scare. Like she would just look like a ghost, like a white figure
Oh
just
my
standing in the hallway.
gosh. That
That would
would
be
be
just terrifying.
terrifying.
I wanted to say also, Anya, like you mentioned it at the beginning of the talk here. It was like co-art is communication, and to me,
Yeah.
like that was one of the reasons why I started art, and not only for my reason of love of cartoons, but when I understood like a lot of shows and stuff like that are creative people communicating ideas and stories in their head, that really clicked to me,
Mhm.
and it really helped me because that was the way that I started to connect with people. That's the way I connected with you, for example. It was when
Oh,
we like because of art.
exactly. Yeah, that's what's great. Like I've recently started thinking of really collaborative art as one of the new frontiers of art because you'll paint like differently based on what you're painting, right? Which is kind of insane. um, it's kind of like really cool because we're gonna create like this kind of style that is totally different based on what we're painting here. Um,
It's gonna be very interesting, and also it's so funny because we both come from artist community because I learned from a lot of artists that do more concept art for film, and
yeah.
so I learned a lot of digital painting in my process of just learning how to cartoon, which gave me like knowledge and stuff. Like a lot of my backgrounds are more painterly, or the characters are very simple, like usually
Mhm.
normal color, and sometimes I add really heavy shading and just painterly texture, and I believe that gives it a unique feel too. So it's just funny to me, just the combination of stuff that we both learn of
Oh yeah.
stylized and realistic painting and digital painting for movies. Well, none of us really wants to work on movies. You have done a lot of illustration for books and just more painterly fine art, and I do more cartoony. So it's just like funny that we both learn from concept artists.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind working for movies. Like that wouldn't be like
Oh,
a big thing. Like if I don't know. I feel like there's a lot to learn there. Um but yeah, I'm very open to learning. I'm very open to kind of moving through my career in a way that's organic. So, whatever opportunities come my way, I'm going to like try it out and see what I like and what I don't like. What color would his jacket be? I'm just setting in all the local colors.
no problem. Let me see. It's like a yellow. I'm putting it like
Like a
now
brownish
here.
yellow.
No, yeah, like this
Oh,
pastel soft
like a
yellow.
oh wow, okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna
it's
I'm gonna
like
gray it out a little bit just because of the
no problem,
lighting.
no problem.
Maybe like, okay, let's have it be like ooh, okay, yeah, like that. And then it'll go kind of brown around the shadow areas. Now, is the table like metal?
Metal, yeah. A lot of the textures in the world,
Metal.
like is all closed up. It's all metal facility.
Cool.
It's quite an aesthetic. Like one of the things that inspire me is just seeing abandoned buildings and laboratories and just like huge facilities that have been run down through like taken over by time and sometimes a little bit of nature. I don't know if that's an
Right.
aesthetic, like apocalyptic aesthetic, but it's one of the things that I love.
Yeah. And I see your stuff and it's always so like it's got this grittiness. Like I'm trying to like think about how to describe it, but it's kind of a little bit difficult. Now I
Like I
know
don't
there's a
know.
design to this table. Hmm.
Yeah, it was in the other board. I can sketch it out a bit. Like I believe I'm working enough with Dorothy here. I just need to add her tail.
Oh no, you're good. Take your time. It's not like a big deal. I'm just like throwing it around. And if you move the lines around, it's fine. I can like move my painting out from underneath and stuff. So don't worry
Okay,
about that.
okay.
I'm just trying to establish like a feel, I guess. Let's see. I want like really dark shadows to come from. Let's go like black.
Oh,
Let's
let's
see.
go with
Let's
this.
go. I want a graphic outline of Dorothy.
Oh,
So what's this? Her tail?
yeah, that's her tail. That's her
Okay.
tail.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
her tail.
Cool. Cool. Just want to see what I can do here because I want.
I'm like I don't know if you're doing it. I'm not seeing the stream. On my side, I'm flipping the canvas back and forth. So I'm just always like, oh, that line doesn't look good there, or stuff like that. Like maybe it's too short
Yeah,
here. In the middle.
sometimes I'll flip my canvas. Like, yeah.
I'm trying to get that custom of just flipping the camera. That is important. Your illustration needs to look good, even if it's flip people. And
It does help refresh your eyes. I have this thing where I zoom all the way out and I take a break. I go have a tea. I'll do that right now, people. Drink your
cheers.
tea. Drink your
Drink your
tea.
water.
Stay
Drink your water.
hydrated. Hmm. I have a bougie cup now. It's like an ember mug. It keeps your tea like the same temperature.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice.
Mm-hmm. So I've wanted one for like years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I turned 30 in like a few weeks. And I was like, you know what? I want
Worth it.
a mug that keeps my drink hot. And it has been the most like happy investment that I have made in a while. I don't know why. It just makes me so happy. Okay, let's give this little pop. Okay. So she has like some pink in her skin. I'm noticing. Like you put some like reddish pink in a lot of this concept art. So I'm gonna do
Oh,
some.
that like I add the red usually on her just because it contrasts so hard with white and it gives a lot of uneasiness. Like I learned a lot about hospital just how color works in hospitals. Like the green
Mhm.
uniform that nurse uses is to contrast sometimes with red, and it'll turn into brown because if it were another color that contrasted harder with red, people get scared of it because it's like it flashes, it's an alarm. I believe that's why a lot of hospitals don't use they just white pure gown now because it contrasted so hard and gives that scares people now.
Yeah. So I'm not actually gonna make her eyes pure white, and
Mm-hmm.
here's why. If I do that, then the highlight for glass doesn't work. Like, cause you'd have
Oh,
like pure white on pure white. So here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna like, do you see that? It makes it look like glass.
I see, I see.
And then we can come in with the super red. I'll let you do that line because I
Oh, the
feel
red.
like that line. Yeah, the red is you'll make it stylized and it'll be like super cool. I'll also put another reflection down here. Do I have full opacity on my brush? Yes, I do. Okay.
I might do the
Just.
eyes already in a new layer just
Oh
because
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
if I need to erase them, it it won't touch the eyes. So a lot of people tell me that it's good to have merchandise for your project, and I thought of plushies of Dorothy would be really fun, would be really good.
Yes.
But
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
but a part of me is like if Dorothy were to have a toy version, it would definitely be more of a plasticky toy, like a really scary kind of doll.
Oh my gosh, that would be
But
so
yeah,
cute.
I would sell plushes of her before just for the sake of people.
So does she have any seams? Do you remember the plastic ball that I showed you? It had like a few little lines running on it.
Mhm.
I kind of want to do some of that texturing with her.
Yeah, you can add that in the hands, like to maybe cause like some division because she usually blends like she has articulation into it. Like for cartoon's sake, she has like what is the word? Winnie Pooh hands. It's just to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
like
yeah. Just
mittens,
Muppet hands.
Muppet hands like mittens.
So
But I
cute. Okay.
understand if you wanna like give her more of a texture to that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trust me. It'll be good. It'll be good. I'm just gonna go full plastic mode on her right now.
Her eyes do look a bit weird, so I might have to fix them.
Okay. I could continue working on that glass texture in a bit
No
as well.
worries. It's more of my no, no. It's more of my shape. No, no. Like your texture is perfect. It's just like I realize, like watching from the distance from your stream, actually. Like, oh, the eyes don't look good.
I don't want to make her too dark because I feel like looking at the reference that I have, plastic really doesn't take on a lot of dark qualities. Oh.
Now that's a cute looking Dorothy.
She is getting there. I love how we're like starting to really like describe the texture there. Okay, let's establish. And then I know you said she has like this kind of muzzle area, so I'm going to drop a shadow down there. And then I want to fix kind of like this isn't as good as I want it to be, so I'm going to like undo it and do it again. I like the idea that below her eyes it's not like bright. It's like she's got
She got little eye sockets.
yeah. Okay. So let's go for
That's one of my favorite things that I do with the characters. I like to give them huge eye bags, just a lot of sketchiness blacking down there, just because
well, it
I imagine
really works. Sorry, go ahead.
I imagine that none of them sleep well. So just another thing that I just find
Exactly. That's it's like because you never sleep well in a hospital. Number one, number two, it's an asylum. Like, come on now. Yeah, if you say you slept well in the asylum, like, I'm sorry, you're lying.
I remember I think I was telling you or the other voice actors that how the characters sleep. Um,
Oh, you've never told me that.
yeah. Like one of the characters, they don't sleep; they just regret the thoughts of their childhood, as we all do. Another more cartoony characters, like number 002, she's one of the main characters. She hits her head with a frying pan until she gets knocked out, and that's where she sleeps. She like faints like very happily. And Dorothy, she takes her eyes off and like plugs to recharge in a closet. Like She finds that very comfortable.
That's so funny.
I remember, like, I believe it was in Futurama, where, like, in that world, robots didn't like big spaces, so all the robots just slept in closets because to them that was perfect. I thought,
Mhm.
oh, that can be funny. Like, she sleeps just in a small room. Like, she has the opposite of claustrophobia. Okay, I believe finally the eye is a little bit better.
All right, I'll work on moving the.
Let me know if I'm moving stuff too much. Like, my process is like very
Oh no,
Frankenstein.
it's fine. I'm not like you know. It's honestly, it's perfectly fine. That's the thing is it's a process. And it's good for people to see how much is changing and what the challenges are when you're working together like this. Because a lot of people don't get to see that. A lot of people just assume, oh, it's super easy. No, it's not. You have to like talk to each other. You have to figure out like, okay, how are we going to make this work? 'Cause everyone has different strengths. Everyone has different process.
I'm gonna leave you with Dorothy for a bit, and I'm gonna try to sketch out the guy behind.
Sounds good. I'm going to try to work with your aesthetic.
Mastara.
Like, I'm going to go. I'm just going to go extra grungy. Oh my gosh, before we got on stream, everyone, he was like, how can I get Anya to like laugh the entire time and not paint? And I'm like, that's not happening.
I mean, I could try, but like I'm also focusing right now.
See? See? I win. Really trying to see what I can do to make this work. Because I have to see, here's the thing. Like a lot of people don't realize like how much you have to like alter the way that you paint normally so that you can harmoniously make the piece work, if that makes sense. Like you can't just like paint how you normally would paint. You have to really, it's kind of like being in a choir. When you're in a
Mhm.
choir, you have to listen to the person next to you to make sure you're not too much louder than them, and you have to listen to the person on the other side of you to make sure you're not too much louder than them, and you want to try to blend your sounds. And so what happens with collaborative painting is you also have that going on. You have to be observant. You have to be doing what you're doing, but then also realize, okay, how is the person I'm painting with working? How can I work with them to achieve this piece? You have to put aside your ego, because if you're multiple, like in this collab, it works out really well. But if you're multiple people that are painters, you're gonna step on each other's toes. You're gonna paint something and move on to a different part of the painting, and when you come back, somebody else is gonna have painted all over your thing. And you have to just be open to maybe what they did was better than what you did. And you have to like look at the piece together and communicate like, hey, what were our intentions toward this? And oh, look, you did better for the piece than I did. So let's keep what you did. Or you could say, hey, what I did really fit the scene better. Can we go more in that direction? And you have to learn to communicate that in a way that's not going to hurt each other's feelings. But you also have to be ready for people to communicate that to you, if that makes any sense.
I believe something here also, like that's a thing that I heard. When you're working with a lot of people, sorry, I have to move my throat. it's
You're good.
important to define the roles. Like, I know that a lot of people like just like to like, we have a lot of artists on the team, and we're all gonna be just sharing and ideas and stuff. But like in this situation, we agree. Like I was gonna do some of the line work and defining some of the character, and I was gonna let you do your thing and paint, texture it a lot. I wanted to focus on Dorothy, so you can try to plastify her and see how it would look. Um, so like defining that was important. So like I don't even thinking that hard of light. I'm just trying to see like if the pose strong, is the expression reading well, and stuff like that. So that's really
Right.
just the focus for me.
And then I'm just like leaning on that. I'm like, okay, Nico's got that part. I don't even have to think about that part. I all I'm doing is like lighting, textures, painting. So it works really well. Like the way that our skills are entirely different, it works really well. And so we had to communicate like, okay, what do we want to do? And I think that's you said it better than I did, but it's like you got to figure out like who's doing what, and you got to just stay true to that. And so if you've got like on the Fablesmith team for paintathons, I've got a person that's in charge of character design. And if she tells me, "Hey Anya, this character's the one that you want in the piece," um, I'm most likely going to pick the one that she told me. And if I didn't, like if I picked something that was different, I'd have to have like a really, really good reason, because really, like, character design is not my strong suit. I want it to be. I'm going to work on it in the future, but you have to learn to correctly identify what skills the other person might have that you don't, and then figure out like, oh hey, how can we use that to our benefit? So I think that's what you want to do. She's definitely starting to look a little glassy and plasticky. Now I have to make sure to kind of differentiate the two, like make them more
I
obvious
do,
what they are.
I do, yeah, I do worry that it might be a little too dark, but we'll see. But we'll see by the end if we need to make everything more clear.
Yeah, I'll brighten her skin tone a bit. It's just because her light, like the light is coming from behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I don't want to make it like too bright, but I will brighten her up because I do feel like in all of your concept art, she's much brighter. So I'm just going to be like, okay, well, the base of her character, like her local value is super bright. So I'm just going to brighten her up. You're right. You're right. I have to make this like super high key.
She's a bright ray of sunshine.
Of course.
I'm really excited for people to hear because in one of the next episodes, she's gonna hum Daisy's Bell, and I'm really excited for people to hear just your lovely voice in the character.
Oh man, I had so much fun. Like that was so much fun to just like hum and sing. Like, you know how in like horror shows you'll have like these like cutesy little like characters singing or whatever. Well, I tried to make it like as as weird and creepy as I could. It was fun.
No, it's perfect. It works so well for her. Like there was like the only issue that I had, like your voice is lovely and you sing beautifully. The only issue that bothered me was like because you mentioned that you're accustomed to sing more opera like, and I
Yeah.
learned with you that in opera you breathe a lot in, and I was just like, I don't think she would breathe a lot because she's a robot. So she wouldn't need to do that as often because she doesn't. She doesn't breathe. So I just like I love your voice. It just doesn't work with the character, and that's in that way of like she doesn't breathe really. So
Yeah.
She
So I
just did
actually had to sing while not breathing. For the no, I'm joking.
it.
um, so what I did was I raised my compressor and my noise canceling, and I sung while trying to like not be super audible with my breathing. Um, the reason that I would normally not care is because like opera singers, we don't need microphones. In fact, like my voice carries so well that like I've sung like shows where it's like you just need like a tiny mic like on the stage on the floor somewhere and like basically that's it. Um so yeah.
Hmm. I might look for some reference because I need to see how would he scream in this position. I don't like. I'm just like I never made him scream on the side, and I don't think I have a reference for that one. So I'm just looking through many libraries to see if I
Okay.
find an expression that I like for him.
I'm just adding some fun saturation in the transitions here. Just want to put some more of that pinkish red all over Dorothy because she's super cute. Give her those glowy cheeks.
And have you seen have you seen Squid Game, the Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. I
yeah,
love Squid Game.
the first game when there's this huge doll turning back and forth with the playing red light, green light. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
similar
I
to the
know.
kind of toy Dorothy would be. Like
That is so creepy and so
yeah,
awesome.
like that's the kind of toy that I would like to have of her. Just very nightmarish.
So in some of these images, you have this cross in like this the same color as his jacket. Do you want that?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Because in some of them
It,
you
it
have it
was
white, black.
Yeah, yeah. Like usually in sketches, I just do the black just to remind myself that it's there. But I know that is white. I remember because actually she was gonna have a white uniform at some point, but during the coloring of that, the cross in there was gonna be red. And I believe you cannot have a red cross because goes against something. And I was just like, oh, uh, I don't know, like it wasn't allowed for reasons that I don't remember, but I remember that it was not allowed. So I was just like,
Okay.
it's not I'm just not gonna have it white. It's not like no
You
big deal.
got this. Yeah.
I hope that a pastel yellowy bone eggshell is not gonna cause me any more issues. So hopefully.
I don't think so. All right. I'm going to take a minute and look at what we got. Take a stretch, people. Have some tea.
I'm gonna turn on my lights because it's getting dark here. One sec.
Nice. Yeah, let's have a 5-10 minute break.
A little bit brighter.
Nice.
Don't like.
Hmm. So, what are some of your like hopes and dreams when it comes to this show? Like, where would you like this to head?
Hmm. Well, honestly like I wanted to put my effort in the show. The thing is, like, I didn't want to have big expectations for it. I wanted to be mostly just focused. Like, expecting the show to just be a hit from the start is absurd. Like, even now, even more nowadays, where just there's so many internet voices that all want to be heard. But I still wanted to give my best shot with the show, to just have the best impression and just to put my best to it, because the show was always meant to be something that I enjoy. And right now is having a really good first reception, like thousands of views, like more than I imagined that I was gonna get from the start, which I'm very thankful for the people who watched it. But I still just not even sure, like, if I how many views I want the things to have. I have no expectations. I'm just trying to, I don't know how to say it, just have fun with it and keep the mindset of make it something that you enjoy. Make the characters something that you like.
Yeah.
Make the story something that you feel is appropriate. Because, like, again, that's the thing. Like, a lot of artists, I believe, are so influenced by stuff nowadays. So, like, it needs to appeal to people. It needs to be, you need to have this, and this to be successful and stuff like that. And getting trapped in that mentality of producing stuff is wasn't something that I wanted to do. I wanted to focus always on making sure that I enjoyed it. That was the most important thing, because if I didn't enjoy it, I wasn't gonna like working on it. I was gonna stop the show. It was like I probably wouldn't want to put all the effort in it in the end, which would just
Mm.
hurt the project. So as I work on it, I just always try to keep reminding myself of what is it that I want, what is it that I like, what is the story that I want, and even now I'm still trying just to think about that. What is it that I want the story to be? What is it that I enjoy? Um, as like if any other artist ever struggles of not knowing what to do, or like how to advance, like just remind yourself what is it that you enjoy. What do you want to happen in this story for yourself? Like, to me, that is one of the most important things that you can do as an artist. Like, don't get lost in just thinking, or just thinking in it needs to get the tons of views, it needs to be similar to this thing that was successful, or even it needs to be this because this is what a story is. And
Mm.
honestly, I hate that. I hate when some people are like, it can only be this way, you're missing this thing and these things. There are stuff that are rules that are important, absolutely. It's just like, I don't want people to just be stuck into those kind of things. Like, to me, every artist has a specific voice, a specific style, a story that they want to tell. And to me, that's one of the beautiful things about art, that every person has their own style. Every person has their own story, voice, and visuals. That, to me, that's beautiful. And I hate it when people just are just lose themselves in stuff that doesn't make them happy. So I often
Mm.
ask artists, like, what was the last project that you did that was for you? Like, what was the last character you made that you make purely because you enjoy? Because I believe most artists start to draw because they like it. And just the idea of being able to draw and never drawing anything for you, to me, that sounds so sad. You learn to draw whatever you want. You want to draw a dragon riding on a bicycle on top of a mountain of, I don't know, robot parts. Do that. Have the most fun you want with it. You can draw whatever you like. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. I collaborated with a friend of ours, which you know as well. His name is Oscar, on like a really cool frog gun thing where the frog is like mounted onto the gun and it has to like swallow copious amounts of weird potion. And it like basically there's like a bamboo stick up his rear end and it like basically it makes him like, take in the potions and then like shoot it out the other way. And it's the funniest thing ever. I'll insert like a an illustration here of what we made, but it was so fun, and it's gross, it's nasty, it's but it's also hilarious, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one of like that will live in my brain rent free for such a long time, just because of how much fun I had doing it. Right? So
That's
like people need to do that. We can't just like sit around and you know
I have
just
a
do.
friend that did a thing that inspired me. I went with him to a convention of traditional artists. They were all drawing on paper, doing like $10 sketches for like a little bit of time. They were paid to be even more there. They was just like charging for paper for people, like a little entry fee. And and my friend did the coolest thing that I never occurred to me. He to every artist that he commissioned, he just sat there and told them, "I want to commission you," and they're like, "What do you want?" And he was like, "Tell me whatever you want, whatever you like." Like he commissions artists and asks them to do whatever they like, and his pieces
That's
were
so
always the
nice.
coolest because they're the ones that the artists had the most fun doing. And I was just like, "That's
Well,
so
yeah.
cool." That's so cool. So I don't commission a lot of artists because I'm poor. But if I had more money, I would love to just go to my favorite artists in social media, just go to them, commission them the most expensive commission that they can get, like the $200 commission, full poster piece, whatever they do me whatever you want. Or even like if I want something specific, I ask them, I would love this character of you. Can you do me a piece of this? Like I would absolutely only ask them characters of themselves because like I like the artist. I don't want them to do a piece of my like a piece like I wouldn't even ask them to do my characters. I would always ask them do your characters because trust me guys, that's what makes an artist so happy. They're like, I love your character. Can you draw him for me doing this thing? Or like I don't know, can he do the Fortnite dance? And like, sure, he'll do the Fortnite dance because it's your character. People love it.
That's awesome.
It's the coolest feeling. I got so happy when I'm at conventions. I table sometimes, and people are like my drawings, and they're like, "Can you draw me? Can you draw this character for me?" And they're like, "Show me, I don't know, a Princess Peach or something like that, or Princess Zelda or whatever they like," and then just sketch it out for them. They're like, "Oh, thank you," but mm, so far, kids like they made me the most happy because kids come and they see my sketchbook and they're like, I like this dog character. Can you draw him for me? And I'm like, sure, that's my dog character. Thank you. So it just makes me so happy. The kids are so pure.
Kids are so pure. Kids are the best.
I don't remember because maybe the mom paid me first because I don't like charging when a kid's ask me to for a drawing because if a kid's ask that it's like so pure. It's like I really like your drawing, so can you draw Bowser? I'm like, sure, kid, whatever.
Absolutely. Yep.
I cannot tell them
Whatever
no.
you
I cannot.
want.
I cannot go look at the poor 10-year eyes and be like, yeah, it's gonna be $50.
Oh my
I'm waiting.
gosh.
I
Yeah.
take PayPal.
I hear you.
The poor kid.
Aw.
Also, I will feel so bad if I was a kid and my favorite artist did that. Like I go to Craig McCracken, the creator of the Powerpuff Girls, and like, can you draw Mojo Jojo, sir? And he's like, no, $20. I'm like, "Ah," just crying. He wouldn't do that. The guy is amazing. I'm saying that he would do that. He did it. Like he's amazing. I hope one day to meet him. But I just imagine like one of your favorite artists did that to you, and you'd be like, no, just ruined.
Aw. I totally forgot about her tail down here.
How could you?
She'll live.
Will she?
Oh, she
I
will.
have an issue with the feet of the rabbit, like all the way in the back, because I believe that's too long. His body's not that long.
Okay. But do you want to make it so that his toes, let's say
Hmm.
his toes are coming down here and they're like curled? Or do you want to
I don't
like get
know.
rid of his
It would
feet?
look a little weird. Is the thing I'm trying to think of what to
Okay.
do. I'll think about it. One thing, like I need to
What if they're
sketch
like
out.
up here?
uh,
Sorry, I'm just like thinking through like what are the options?
I don't know. I'm thinking. Another thing that I need to sketch out is the huge machine on top of them
Hmm.
coming down. Like you can totally just paint on top of anything that I'm gonna sketch up there. It's just like to give you stuff to
Hmm.
work on, and that is the easiest one because it's just gonna be bunch of chunks of metal. So we'll
Right. I'm just
just
gonna
get
I'm
to
just
that.
gonna like do this to kind of give you space to do what you want with him.
Thank you. Oops.
I'm gonna continue to work on Dorothy here because I'm not done. Like this is
No,
not.
no, no worries.
Yeah. I'm gonna go even more.
Ju-
Is your line art on the same layer?
no, no, no. It's
Because
also like the Dorothy. Yeah.
yeah, I need this table. There's a spot where it goes over her hand and the remote. Can we have that
Oh,
not?
so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm looking at it and I'm like that
I'm
breaks
sorry,
the.
Anya. Sorry.
You're good.
I'm
You're good. You're
ruining.
good. You're fine.
I'm
No, you're
ruining
not.
now.
No, we just want to make sure
Ah!
it looks like her hand is in front of what's in the background, right? So
Shit.
this is so fun.
It's a band. It's hard. It's hard to just not stay quiet and just like be like, okay, focus on this, and just stay quiet for like 20 seconds.
It's like don't drink and drive, don't talk and art. It's basically what it is. You're basically handicapping yourself like when you're doing this. Sorry, I'm like sniffing. I don't know, my nose is getting having an
No
issue.
worries. We have a doctor here. She can take care of it.
Don't worry, I'll never let you die.
She will never let you
Jeez.
die. I mean, it's a thing. Like I would imagine, like that's a thing that a doctor would say. A doctor will never let you die. It's literally under contract or
It's so
something.
good. It's so good. I love it. I love that it's that way. And it's so good. Just gonna more clearly state that this is like the dark side of her arm without like going too dark.
It's the
So I don't
dark
want to
side.
go.
I don't know
Yeah,
if it,
because I'm
I
trying to
know that
figure
I
out
know
like,
that I do red in some of the concept art, but I don't think it's working here with the plastic. It just looks a
oh,
little. I don't know. It looks a little dirty to me. But
really?
I'll let you finish. Maybe I'm just not seeing the vision yet.
I mean, I can make it more plain, but I actually really like the because I'm doing like reflect light and stuff. So I'm
Hmm.
thinking, okay, what if I do it so that the red is coming from the button?
Okay, that makes more sense to me.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
No
A hot
problem.
minute. I'll fix it, Nico. I'll fix it. I
Okay,
got this.
you better.
Oh.
That's another thing that to me is so funny. Like when someone just gets really aggressive, like, "Don't make me look bad on stream, on you in front of the people." How dare you make fun of me in this professional stream?
Nah,
How dare you?
you're good. You're good. It'll be fine.
How could you? I trusted you.
It's gonna be okay, Nico. It's gonna be okay.
Promise?
I promise.
Okay.
Yes, I promise.
Okay, thank you. Anya, how do you draw? I forgot.
You forgot how to draw?
No, that
Oh
was one of my.
no,
No, no,
that's
it's okay.
not good.
I was watching artists do the thing, and I was just laughing so hard when someone was like, "Okay, it's easy, dude. You just gotta do this," and like they were all artists in the stream, and one of them just was like, in his part, he just stopped and just scribbled lines, and he was like, "Guys, I think I have an issue. What is it? I don't know how to draw." Just stay quiet, and it was like, "How? Not we're live."
That's funny. Okay, so let's.
Maybe we can just have more stuff coming out of the side and just cover
Yeah.
this killing the space here because I'm just like I if anything comes out of him, like I believe Dorothy is already covering almost all of his body because like he's not that tall. So it's like, maybe we can just have stuff coming out of the side, really aggressive and dangerous. Like,
Is this better in terms of the red?
oh, much better, much better. She looks so cute now. It looks like she's blushing. Like, oh my.
Good. Good. I'll keep doing what I'm doing.
Keep it up.
Keep doing whatever it is you think you're doing.
Keep it up.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of the people from Magma have heard me like voice act, but I basically have to turn on the like GLaDOS plus like airport hostess voice. Meets
I mean, it's
like
fine.
as saccharine as you can be. Like
It's fine because again, like I call you because your voice already fits the character a lot. Like already, like I always imagine her like being like very nurturing and maternal and soft spoken. So it's like, oh, it works so well. I'm seeing
I'm
her
glad
now
you
and just
think
like
so.
see she's so shiny and spooky. I was like, oh
Is
yeah.
this okay for what you were imagining?
No, no, yeah, yeah. Like she's very spoopy.
Okay, good.
I imagine we can you can make her even brighter because again, like one of the creepy things about her is that she's white and bright. I mean, her eyes are very glowy too, like because like it's red coming out of them. So imagine like you
Okay.
can
Okay.
change the red a bit,
Uh
even the lines of the red. Like I'm not saying you have to do that
okay.
now. That's for
Okay.
later. Just imagine like
I'm just
yeah.
I just have to maintain because the whole reason that it looks like glass and like plastic, I have to balance the values very much.
No
If
problem,
you
no
put
problem.
like just white on top of white on top of white, it'll just
Hmm.
start looking not like
No,
you won't be
it
able
is
to pull
hard.
out the yeah.
It is a hard thing. No, you're making her look great. I'm just like this is just me
Yeah.
thinking out loud. Sorry if it sounds like
No, you're good.
she's
I
looking great.
love it's good for me to like know what your expectations are, right? So this is good.
It's like she's becoming 3D. She's going to a new plane. She's never been in this before.
You you f- you feel like you like it or
I love it. I love
this
it.
okay. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right? Don't get into too many shenanigans while I'm gone.
Oh my god, it's just us. Anya won't know what. Oh, she's still here. Never mind, guys. Okay, she's gone. Now it's just us, guys. It's just you and me. Anya won't know what I'm saying until she's editing this video. So who knows what I'll say? I don't even know. You don't even. No one knows. I could just ramble on and on while sketching little images here. How was your day, guys? I hope it went good. I hope you are enjoying this. This is one of my first times drawing live, I think. So I hope it's entertaining. I hope you're having a fantastic time. Not good is not enough. The best time. You're having a great time. Trying to think stuff here. What can be funny to come out of the roof? We'll see images later. Just get it right. And trying to envision. I'm usually scared of dentists. They're scary people. And I'm just trying to envision the feeling of being in one of those reclining chairs. And you just see all the stuff, the lights, the person coming with the things to your face. So scary. Very creepy. So yeah, just trying to capture that essence. I wonder when Anya will come back. We will never know. We will talk for hours. She doesn't even know. Hello, Anya. How you doing?
I have returned from the ethos.
Hello. Convierte.
Hello.
Convierte.
Okay, so I'm seeing this. I think it's time to flip our canvas. There we go. Oh, look at how cute this is. Oh, I
It's so
really love
cute.
it. I love it so much. Okay, I'm going to take away the sketch layer
Sure.
because it's basically like non-necessary anymore at this point.
Pointless. Who needs sketching? Sketching is
Pointless,
for
exactly.
babies.
You know, you say that, but we needed it, so.
They don't know that.
What do you mean? They were here.
They don't know that.
What are you talking about?
They don't know
Okay,
that.
okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this remote like super metallic. And what it's gonna make it look different is that it's gonna be like much darker than her skin. So
Oh.
it'll make it look different than her skin because the values of her skin don't go beyond a certain dark point. And this remote will go the distance, man.
Yeah, we'll go the distance.
You also thought of Hercules? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. I was like,
I was just like, don't sing it. Don't sing it.
right? I feel the sudden urge. Let's not karaoke for these people.
Please
Because I
don't.
feel like we're gonna get booed off the stage so hard. All right.
Don't click away, people. Please don't.
That's funny.
Is it funny? Or do you just imagine it?
Nah, you're funny. Like how cute is this? Like just how freaking adorable. I love your character, dude. I love your
Thank you.
characters. I think they're wonderful. Honestly, I fell in love with Dorothy like immediately. I was like, yes, this is my character. Give it.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear.
You were so sheepish too. You like approached me like, "Are you okay with this guy? Is it too much? Like, if you don't want to do it, let me know." And I was just like, "I love it." It was so cute. Like, I love our interaction for this. It was awesome.
I'm liking how the roof is coming along. I will sketch on top of Dorothy later to really reinforce her silhouette later.
Nice. You're gonna work on the stylization of the sketch. That's what you're saying.
Oh, of course.
Nice. Ooh, I like that cutout that you're doing right now. That's cool.
I always love
That's
doing
real
that.
cool.
Just reinforce the character silhouette. Like that's a very cartoon thing to do. Now, like looking at her like this, she reminds me of like in many games. Like have you seen Terminator?
Yes.
You know how when they get hurt, they become this aluminum kind of thing, and they just
Yeah.
morph into different. Like it looks like Terminator is morphing into Dorothy. I was just looking
Oh,
around.
am I doing like too much reflectivity? Like, are
No, no, no! I
you?
love it. I love it. I love the look. She looks a little more metallic than I was expecting, though. I like it. I like it. I'm saying that it's bad. She looks a little bit more metallic, but maybe it's just the contrast with the glass eyes is the thing.
Yeah. Let me take a look at my plastic ball over here. Okay, I think it's because I need more shadows, believe it or not. I just need there needs to be there needs to be some shadows in order to make it look more plastic.
Go
Does
for
that
it.
make sense?
Go for it. Like I remember one of the lessons that I learned of having white in a character came from Gendy Tartakovsky. He created Samurai Jack. And one of the coolest things of that show, like if anyone's seen, is the story of a samurai fighting Aku, a demon that is made of shadows. And the show color palette is something majestic and beautiful and worth of study. And the fantastic thing of the character contrast is the samurai Jack, he's wearing all white, and Aku, the bad guy, all black. And the thing that he decided in the show is that he had a philosophy in the backgrounds that there's not such things green grass and blue skies. Like all the color palettes in the show was always very mixed and weird. But the samurai Jack, he was always white. So no matter what color he was on top of, he will always stand out in that way. And that was just a really cool thing. And in one episode, he's fighting in the snow, but he was the only gray thing because he was still white, but he wasn't as white as snow. So he just looked great. So it was like
Nice.
working with white in a character and trying to make it pop in different kinds of backgrounds is very interesting and fascinating to me. It's a thing that I can geek out all day. I'm just how smart.
That's why I had to make these eyes like they're just, they're not white because I needed this glass highlight and I needed to have the reflectivity of the room pop in, right? So
Mhm.
it's
I
special.
really, really want you to play with the red of the eyes because I imagine that they glow way more than what they're doing right now.
Okay. Okay, I'll
So
do that right now.
that's what I was like. You can do the lines even if you want to like do them again, or I can just lower the opacity and you can use them as sketch because I
Yeah,
like
okay, lower the opacity. I'm going to go in and do something interesting.
they are such a texture
Nice.
that like they are such a texture for the characters. So I'm just like, oh, Anya should play with that way more. They're your eyes, Anya. Dorothy's eyes.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I'm just here trying to think of more funny silhouettes for stuff to come out. I know I wanted a chainsaw somewhere.
Actually, no, I'm going to do this on a different layer and then I can mess with it.
Let's go do that. That is a thing that I would do. We're combining styles.
Yes.
We're evolving.
Okay. So let me do that then. I'm going to delete our sketch layer. That's fine. And then I'm going to come on in over top and do this. Let's go.
Let's freaking go.
Um, no, I'm curving it too much. Hold on. Don't like that.
You can do it, Anya. I believe in you.
I know. I just want to get like a satisfying outline. I want it to have this like grittiness. That's why I'm using this like texture brush. And I'll mess with the edges in a bit. But I also don't want it to look like, when people go and they zoom in and they make the line like super perfect. I don't want that. I don't like that. I don't know why people do that. That gets on my nerves. It's like you're wasting so much time. Like, ugh. But it's like there's a difference between refining a line and going in and like making it super pixel perfect. Like that's you know.
I when I was starting, I had followed that. Like the line needs to be absolutely perfect. That is wrong. But for the show, I actually like. I don't. The lines are not perfect. They are done with a marker kind of brush, for them to be a bit more sketched out.
Yeah.
I did a clean version one actually, and my animator, one of my assistants and stuff, they were like, I don't know, we like the sketchy look, and I was just like, fine by me. Sketchy is way more easy for me to do, and it comes out so much faster.
Nice.
I kind of like the, the removal of the legs, because now it just looks like Dorothy. Like it really helps to focus even more on Dorothy.
Yeah, it's like, did they cut off his legs?
Did
It's
they?
like there's this ambiguous like, hmm.
This whole illustration makes me think of Dexter Laboratory. Actually, just Didi just going like, "What does this button do?" kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just makes me think of that.
I love that I'm able to play with this character. Like voicing her is so wonderful, and then like just being able to like paint on this is just it's so fun. Like this is great.
I really wanted to collaborate with more artists this year. Like that was one of my goals, just collaborate with more art pieces with people, or do more art trades, art exchanges and stuff like that. Just like those stuff always seem so fun to me. And I'm just like, I really want to do them too. I just took so
It's
fun.
so fun. It is. It's super fun. It's like literally the best thing ever. And so being able to do
Oh,
that like on a more often basis for me has just really made a huge difference.
Anya's looking so good.
Thank you. I'm gonna try something, and I don't know if it's gonna look good, but I'm gonna try it.
Don't worry, that's what they invented the eraser. Oh, I see what you're trying to do. It actually could work. You can you know what you can do. This is a thing that I often do, because like neon light, like just neons, is a thing that I always like imagine in the project. Let me just remove the
Color
sketch layer.
Dutch.
Not even color Dutch. You'll see.
I mean, it kind of works,
No. It's like it totally
but
does. It totally does. It totally does. Just
but I
like
kind of like it just the way it was. I don't know. How do you feel?
I want to try stuff too.
Okay,
Wait,
go ahead.
that's
Go
not
ahead.
it.
Try stuff.
I do want to try the color Dutch and stuff like that. At least to see stuff.
Yeah, you play with it, and you can even like go take over my layer if you want and like have fun with
No,
it.
no, no. I believe no, no. I don't want to add, because I believe you already like did perfect with that. I want to see if we can add more to it is the only thing. Or maybe? No, I don't know. I don't know.
It's fun to play around, especially because this is like the part of her that's going to be like really like intense, right? So
Maybe trying to do something more of like lightning.
oh, I tried to do that and it just kind of looked weird.
I don't know, you think?
Yeah, it's like too much.
Okay, I see.
That's kind of why I went with the red glow, because I was like, because we already have the like glass material.
Oh, I love the pinkish part below. I love it.
Yeah,
And you
I
know
made
what?
it so
That
it
was the
goes from
thing.
like pinkish
Perfect,
red
perfect,
to like orangish red on top.
perfect. I love it. That's perfect. That's even better.
Thanks.
It's perfect. What I will do
Okay, let's
next,
see.
then I'll grab your colors and try to do this. Lower my stuff. Start. I often see artist games that I believe just look super fun, and one of them is trying to replicate other people's art style,
I hear you.
and it just looks such a fun game to play with artist friends. Like I saw, or even anti art style, where they just did everything to, and what would be the word, to not do their own art style, like to do everything the opposite way, like subject
Oh my
matter,
gosh.
composition, color usage, line work, not line work, painter style. They just went opposite on every direction. So I guess I would just do a piece that I hate, because I would just do a realistic, uh, a realistic painting in a subject matter that I dislike. Would be, I don't know, philosophy or politics. I would just make a politician's portrait at that point, I believe.
Like a parliament
Yeah, it would be
whole
like the
scene, like,
opposite of everything that I love.
you know, I was about to say thanks, Nico, because like that's what I do. I paint realism.
I mean, it's like the opposite of what I would like. Not even realism, because I would love to practice realism. I studied realism because you like, that's a thing. Realism and fundamentals of anatomy. That is a thing that every artist should do. But I would just like, no, I would not only go away from styles that I like of stylization, but I would also have to do a subject matter that I dislike. So it would be like, oh, just the worst.
That's funny. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this color again, make it a little bit darker, a little bit more saturated. Bring it in, because I'm gonna start with like darker midtones, and I'm gonna work my way out.
I find it interesting. This looks way more sci-fi than what I imagined. I'm not saying that I dislike that. It's just interesting to me.
I think that your thing, if we like rendered every frame and stuff, which we would never do because it would be like
Oh
way
my
too
god.
much, I think it would end up looking very sci-fi.
Guess so. Guess so. Can discuss with these results. Like this is like a villain of Doctor Who type of sci-fi, you know?
You're not wrong.
Dorothy versus Doctor Who. Who would win? You know those robots that go exterminate, exterminate. Imagine Dorothy would get along with them.
She would have them on speed dial.
She will just be taking note of, okay, how do you want to exterminate?
How can I use you? Like, oh, I'm gonna add like scratch marks on this metal.
Oh, that looks very cool.
Yeah, it's like he scratched at it to get it.
Like no, like I always like when they show scratches or stuff broken. It's like the last person who was used on left those there. Ignore them. Like just the worst. And fun thing, Dorothy is the only one that is pure white. Even the eyes of the characters in the show, they are more yellowy, like very light, very light yellow. So Dorothy is the only white, pure white one. I like that because to me that's creepy. I mean, like pure white in an illustration to me is something like creepy. Like just having pure white is something that you don't see very often because pure white doesn't exist. Like that's just pure light. Like you can have
Yeah.
pure white, but it's like pure whiteness doesn't exist. Like every light you see usually is just bouncing off so many things. So that's why I like to put use use very light yellows. But again, that's why Dorothy is pure white because she ain't natural. Nothing natural about this lady.
I love it though. She's so funny.
She's so silly.
Yes. I made sure to put a little bit of yellow in Two's eyes.
No, okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. That yellow there, perfect. On a scale
It's
to
just
1 to
these.
10, on a scale to 1 to 10, that's perfect.
20.
No, that's perfect. Oh, she looks so diabolical.
She definitely shines.
No, that looks great. A little thing. They have a darker shade, a darker value of purple in the eye bags and in the top of the ears. That makes any sense.
Don't worry.
I
Just
was
give it
gonna
a
say,
minute.
oh, lighter. Okay, sure, that can work too.
Don't worry. I'm just painting this first.
No problem, no problem.
Um it'll come together. I'm just playing with the hue saturation for a second.
No problem.
So like this purpley blue color is one of my favorite colors. So I need
Really?
it in. Yep. This is like, oh, just gorgeous color. I love it. But now I'm gonna go yoink. And then I can go like this.
Perfect. Yeah, that's stuff. That's the good. Now I'm just looking at. I don't know. I could just keep adding dark and dark and dark on top of everything. Maybe fix some of Dorothy's lines just a smidge.
Yeah. Oh no.
What happened?
Okay, so when you cut this out, you used the background color? Oh
Yeah.
wow, okay. I'm just trying to.
No, okay. I was just like, oh, I was just trying to see like if that would look good. Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh, and it's not that I use the background color for that. I literally just like erase the black around her.
Yeah. All good. All good. I'm just trying to figure out like what to do with myself. Okay.
Don't worry, me too. I'm just like, okay, what's next? What's next?
Yeah. I
That's
feel like
another thing that
covering a
yeah,
lot of ground.
that was another thing that I always learn. That this is learned from Art Attack. A piece is never fully done.
Yeah, there's always something. We're gonna have to call it at some point.
It's like
But for
we
now,
could
it's
like
it's
yeah,
really fun.
we could render it forever and ever and ever and ever, but at some point
This is
you're
so
gonna have to
fun,
see it.
though. This is so
It's
fun.
very fun. It's funny because I believe this is a result that we like none of us would ever come out on their own.
Exactly. And that's what happens with every collaboration piece. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. Like, this is why I'm so hooked on Magma. Like, you don't know, man. It's so good.
I don't even know.
You don't even know. Okay, here's what I need from you. I need like a drawing for the end of this table.
I'm drawing. It's like, what can we do there though? Because the legs are too short.
Right. So we just have to solve like What
let me fix the muzzle because it's looking a little too flat compared with the rest of it. Sorry.
Okay. And I'll
I
like
was just like,
redo the stuff on her.
if that's okay. I was just like looking at it
No,
and
that's
like, it
fine.
looks so like, because the render, it looks so nice, and now like the mouth, it just looks a little too flat for on my, because of my fault, because of my line work. It's like, let's add the muscle that I say
You're
she
good.
has. I ruined it. I ruined it, Anya. You promised me it was gonna be fine.
It is fine. You are awesome.
You lied to me.
Mm-mm. I don't lie to you, Nico. You're awesome. Why would it be any different?
Okay, there. I gave you a mouth to render while I tried to think, what the heck do we
Okay.
do with the lower
Okay.
end of the
Just
table?
yes, solve the line work.
What do we do
I know,
there?
I'm the worst.
What do we do there? Hmm. I mean, a part of me thought maybe we can have the other character there, but it's gonna be too. It's gonna like, because we didn't plan it. It's just gonna be too squished there, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
I can just keep adding more and more stuff, like to just piled up and build a silhouette of black around her.
Why not?
Let's try that.
It's just that you know how there's like this cascading light on this side?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to make that happen also on the other side.
No, completely
See,
understandable. I'm just trying to think of like, okay, if that's what's in on that side, what's on this side.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna keep adding shapes.
You got this.
We got this.
Yes.
Because if I fail, I'm taking you down with me.
Nico. Oh my gosh. You're
You know
terrifying.
what you signed up for. Just all or nothing.
Of course. Of course. Of course. What do you
Oh,
want?
I mean, something really cool. If you wanna add, I thought that maybe we can, like, those bear traps that go like
Oh my
like a,
gosh, that would be
yeah.
terrifying.
No, yeah, he's resting in one of those, like, just for funsies.
I I like the fact that all of these tools are like just a silhouette.
I thought like maybe you can add some shine to them, but trying to keep it minimalistic, because it really like helps to just
Sell the
capture.
idea.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, not only sell the idea, but also like really helps frame Dorothy. Because we also discussed like backgrounds and stuff that we can have, and that's another thing that I find funny in the show. The show has a lot of backgrounds because the animation is very limited. I dedicate a lot of times and rendering to the backgrounds, which is usually not a thing that you see. Usually in a lot of small indie shows, you just see white backgrounds, just simple whites, just to not overstimulate things. So it's just funny.
Right. Okay. So
Also, now I'm thinking of Dorothy just going, Urkel?
no, what do you mean?
Like Urkel is a character of a sitcom a long time ago, and he was very super dorky, and he had this catchphrase of "Did I do that?" And I just imagine Dorothy just going, "Did I do that?" Just in a very nerdy, weirdy voice, just small silly things. Like that's a thing that I really want to have more fun with the characters of my show. He's just always like worried of, I need to establish everything first, the lore, the backstory, the drama, etc., etc. So I'm just always thinking,
Okay.
so I'm just worried. Okay, yeah, like we're trying to figure out what's going on there.
Yeah, that it's like
Just
okay.
shapes.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh
Don't
no.
worry, please. Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Oh no. Help!
It's
Somebody!
gonna be okay. It's gonna be
What's
okay.
going
It's
on?
gonna be okay.
Anya, you lied to me.
It's gonna be fine.
You said it was gonna be fine. What's going on? Who are you?
Oh no.
Where am I?
Hmm. I think the spikes around this thing need to be a little more sharp,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I literally just sketched them
but
out.
I'm gonna go on top of your line work for the first time.
Oh my god. Go crazy.
Yup, I'm gonna go on top.
Do what you must.
And you can go on top of my painting as well. I'm
Uh,
gonna start
I've
messing
been
with
sketching on top of
the
your painting all day, so just go crazy.
Oh no, it's like totally like that's the whole point because like we want to see your line work, right? But you asked me to do a little something something with these instruments. I think what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do is I'm gonna render some of the ones close to two's face
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like that works best.
Oh, that's her theme. Explanation for there's that what I said 2 and 13. The characters in the show, because I'm bad with with naming stuff. Dorothy is the only one with an actual name. All the characters and just things in the show, like patients, they're all by number, and that is number 13 because he's very lucky, as you can see.
I was gonna say, like, is he lucky though? Like,
No, he's very unlucky. And I chose 13 because, no, not only because of the joke of the unlucky, because that is my lucky number. When I was, no, no, I know that it sounds like fakey, but when I was a kid, all the time I got like my uniform in every sport was always 13. And I don't know, I always
what?
find myself related to the number 13. And I always knew that it was the unlucky number. And I was just like, okay, guess this is my number. I'm the 13. And I thought like, and I understand that some even hotels don't have the number 13 in their what is the name in the floors. There's no 13th floor in many
Yeah,
hotels and stuff because of the superstition. So I was just
right.
like, cool, let's grab this cursed number and put it center stage in my show. I will use the power of the unluckiness
Yes.
for people to be like, oh, that's the show with the 13. So I'm just trying to have fun with it.
I love it.
I'm breaking the curse. 13 is the lucky number here. He's the protagonist in this show. Ain't he lucky? Are you superstitious, Anya?
No,
Good.
not at all. Like I have such a like chill demeanor.
Oh, wow. I think that I can do maybe silhouette a little bit more of the table underneath to help celebrate. Oh, I don't know. I kind of like that he's just laying on top of pure darkness, but maybe we should establish that there's a
It
table down
does
there.
it does work really well. Try it. Try it. Try it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I
Like
do
we should
like the fact
see.
that it's her silhouette.
It is really cool. I really like it. I just like as an artist, I'm like, should we establish that there's a table down there, or he's just resting in
No,
pure
it
darkness?
works. It kind of works. But try it. I want to see it. Because
Yeah,
we might be like, oh, that actually looks really good. You know?
yeah. Like I want to make it really thin, like very subtle. like that.
Aren't you releasing something for like indie like animation day today?
I just posted on Twitter actually as we speak, because I was like, oh, it's already a little late in the day. So
Nice. I'm so excited. Did you post it to Instagram so I can repost the
yeah,
crap out of you?
even Toon,
Yes.
even yeah, many people are already. No, I still haven't posted on Instagram, but a lot of people are already like resharing it and stuff, which I appreciate.
I'm so excited for you, dude. Like the show is awesome. It's obviously going to be like super popular.
Oh, thank you.
But I know you don't want to like get all,
I
you
mean, no,
know.
I appreciate a lot of people saying that. It's not to worry of the show being popular, because like my focus is always like to make it something that I enjoy, and the show is decently
Right.
popular considering like it's a small audience. Like I'm not like, oh, it's super popular, it's trending. No, no, it's like it's okay. People like it, and that's all that I really need. Like enough people have said, oh, this is really cool, and for me to be like, oh, my ego is satisfied.
There you go. That's perfect.
Excuse me, people. So I just literally share it because it's just the right time. As an artist, if you're posted on social media, advice. Let's turn this into an advice for the people. Sharing stuff in good times, like know the times where people check their social media and stuff. That's good marketing, social media management, whatever.
There you go. You heard it here, folks. The time
Important
that you post
thingy.
is important.
But don't
I
let
didn't
social
even know
media
that.
influence you, and it's not a pressure thing. It's just if you want to do those things, you always do what you do, what was fair for you. Do that.
I love
Perfect.
that you were like so intense about it.
Yeah, it's just I was just like
Yeah, let's
I just feel bad,
go.
like, oh, I'm posting a thing right now because I don't know what else to sketch now, so I'm just like all rush all over the place.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to make it funny. I think I said many times that I'm just like, I hope I'm just trying to be funny and tell jokes and stuff, and I just imagine like someone be like, is he trying to be funny? Oh no, that's so sad. He's not funny at all.
He's not really funny. Like what? What?
Oh,
Why? What's
is
going
Anya
on?
just pity laughing? Did she got paid? This is so sad.
No, I invited you because you're awesome people and I
Oh,
have loved collaborating with you on this piece so much. Like I think we're coming to a head here.
I may should to educate you. I believe you should be uh, added to the thing.
Yes, tag me. Tag me everywhere. I will reshare and repost. You hear that, people? If you tag me, I will love it and I will share it. Like, I don't know. That's just the type of person I am. Like, if somebody tags me, I'm like, ooh. And then I just like reshare everywhere. Because, yeah.
And how are you feeling with the little table? I'm just literally just putting thin
I
line
love
line.
it.
Yeah, it
I
works.
love
It works.
it.
Yeah,
Great.
just like
It like
I believe like
really
you render a nice table there, so I just like I don't want it to just be there. You could add more.
you're doing great.
Also, I believe it's perfect because we have also so much stuff in the bottom to just add our signatures. I sometimes I just like
I
I like to add my
know.
signature in the same way that studios put their logos on stuff, like like in the lower corner of just like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon in the bottom corner. So I just really want to do that too.
Yeah.
I was like to put it below there.
So I have a really like traditional looking signature. Do you want me to like attempt to make a graphic signature like yours?
No. I'm gonna. I have my signature that I do on paper. The graphic one is just for social media. It's like a seal that I have
Okay.
on my like. It's literally just like the most
You have a
marketing.
brush?
Like
Is
puff,
it a
puff.
brush?
No,
Yeah.
it's a
A stamp
PNG
brush?
seal that I have.
Oh, dang. Okay.
I saw an artist. Is like one of our friends' friend. Yeah, Kofi of Oso, an amazing artist. And one of his
Ooh, yes.
friends, I saw that whenever he posted, he actually did it with uh, what is the name? He did it. He always signed with an icon that he has of his own. So I was just like, oh, that's so cool. Let's try that too. And I was just like, it makes me so easier because I never like my signature. But I just write my name
Oh,
in a font that I like. That's my usually my signature when I draw it.
nice. I just kind of like sign with my heart. Like I just kind of like I know that sounds really
No, I love it.
silly,
I love
but
it.
I just kind of like do some swirly action things and then I'm just kind of like, "Okay, that's me.
That's
Got it."
perfect. Well, as we are discussing the end, I just want to say, Anya, thank you so much for having me. Honestly, I was just so happy to draw with a friend. Sometimes now these days,
Aww.
everyone is so busy. So having time to draw with a friend is always important.
Hmm.
To torture a cartoon character with
I
a
love
friend,
this so much. I
isn't that
love
what
this
life is
so
all about?
much. Like, look at them.
Look at that.
Like, look at how cute this is.
Adorable. Oh, and can you add? I want to add. I think I'm very on top of my layers. Yeah, I want to add. I saw these things that I really like. Is let me get a soft brush, just like
Oh, little like,
yeah, little lights and
yeah.
stuff, just for fancies.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go. Okay, so let's get like some green action in here.
Yeah, very colorful.
Yeah. Um,
Each like thing make it just a different color and just put lights on whatever. Doesn't matter.
oh, hold on. I need to go on top. Come on now. Oh, my opacity's low. That's why. I was like, hey, wait, why is it not?
Always check your opacity, people. You never know.
This is so fun. I think it looks so like intense. Like, okay, I'm gonna put some over here, but they're gonna be like not as bright because they're gonna be like a blue.
Oh,
So blue at full saturation is not as bright as something like a yellow is. So see how like at full saturation over there, it's not jarring, but it's still a nice detail.
mm-hmm. I see. I see.
You probably already knew that, but just in case like
I
people
didn't. I
watching,
didn't. I didn't. I'm not as savvy. You
because if
you
you have
study
like
you study colors way more than I do, so it makes sense. I wouldn't know.
so like do you see how bright that value is? A full saturation yellow is brighter in value than a full saturation blue, which is why I came in
Makes
here with
sense.
like blue because I didn't want to add like too much interest over here, just enough for people to look over there and be like, "Oh, look, more shinies." Lovely.
Shiny sparkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
Yeah. Like I don't know about okay, so this I want like I almost want
Oh, those are just cables that are falling all over the place. So you can
yeah, but
add whatever you want with
I
those.
want like sparks.
Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it. Whatever makes the situation more dangerous, go for it.
I don't know how to do it though. Hold on. Hold on. How do I make that believable?
Do whatever. At this point, I think we're just killing time. we're so good, Anya. It's a curse.
Yay! There you go. No, I don't like what I did. Okay.
I'm
Hold on.
kind of like wanting to fix the expression because I don't love it. I,
Yeah,
I,
yeah, do it, and I'll
I
come behind you
like,
and paint behind it.
yeah, everything is fine. It's just like, it's not scared enough. It looks a little too stiff for what it is. It's a cartoon character. Should be job on the floor. I'm trying to reference like Courage the Cowardly Dog kind of things.
Mm,
Like he's one of the main inspirations. Like I like the archetype of scare character that is forced to face with horrible stuff all the time, like Scooby Doo, Courage the Cowardly Dog, kind of thing. Those are some of the inspirations for this character. So if you like Scooby Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog, you might like 13 because
yeah.
he's also a freaking coward.
Aw.
I'm joking. He's not a coward. He just has severe trauma and anxiety. Even more fun.
This is so cute.
It's a go.
Are you mocking me? That's not
Are you
very nice,
mocking me?
Nico.
Are you mocking?
Ooh, you know what? Could we like pull some of Dorothy's colors in here? Yes. Yes. That works. That works very well. Oh my gosh, yes. Or at least I think it does. Yep. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, I have to start working where you are. It's fun that we can do this in one sitting.
Honestly, impressive that we did it in one sitting, considering that we didn't have really a plan.
But yeah, we had an ish plan. We kind of communicated a bunch, and then it just kind of came together. And that's honestly for me, it's preferred because like it's kind of like, have you ever been really into a book and you just finish it in one go, and it's just like a really satisfying experience?
No.
Okay, have you ever finished a whole video game in one sitting?
No.
Okay. Well, and you know that sensation.
Another feeling. I was just like, I don't know. You were looking at me. You were just going like,
What? Like I don't know what to say.
oh, I've been
This
there.
is
I've been
looking
there.
so cute.
I have been so enthralled in a story that I was just like, ugh.
You need to have like down here on the bottom left, you need to have like your cartoon therapy logo. And then we need to sign like here.
Oh, I don't know. Because the logo, I don't know. I guess I could.
Oh, we
can
can put it
sketch
in
it out.
post.
I can
We can
sketch
put
it
it
out.
in post. That's fine.
I don't know, I can sketch it out.
Okay.
I can sketch my logo out.
So this would be like scrubs, right? Scrubs don't really have like a texture per se. They're like this like stiff but soft material.
Yeah, just imagine it's like a very nice fabric, very very soft, similar to just like very nice. No, 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 not that reflective, I assume.
No, I'm just making sure that she has like fill light. She's got the core shadow of her thing here, but I want to kind of bring in just a little bit of that. Oh, that is so sketchy. I love it.
It's a very sketchy show.
Oh, that was almost planned. I promise it wasn't. I promise that wasn't planned, guys. I really do.
Don't be fooled, guys. None of this was planned. If you couldn't tell.
Oh man. I've had such a good time. Oh my gosh, you better tag me everywhere when you post this because I will respond.
I feel weird actually sometimes posting stuff that I didn't work fully on myself. It's gonna be
Oh no, 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 no.
even the paintathon ones.
Yeah, just post and tag me and also tag Magma and then just be like, this was a collaborative piece. Bada bing, bada boom. And I will
Should
post
be.
it too. And I'll also put, oh man, we're going to post a link to the YouTube so they can watch it. Oh, this is so awesome. Honestly, it's such a cute show, guys. You need to go see it. I know he won't advertise himself, but I will. It's a really awesome show, and I've shown it to a bunch of people, and all of them love it. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But for me, it's an awesome show, and everyone should go see it. I'm really excited for where the storylines go and just generally what's going to happen in the future. I'm always excited to get my script. It's so wonderful. I'm bugging Nico all the time. Like, when's my next script? Like,
I have to
just so I
finish
can
the
know what
episode
happens.
first.
Right.
Like, you know what's gonna happen? Your character is gonna torture all the other characters, and everyone's gonna laugh.
I just want to know how. And I want my lines. It's so funny, guys. It's so good. Um I have such a good time doing it. This looks great, Nico. Yeah.
It looks
I
fantastic.
say let's sign her on up. Is there anything on my side that you would like me to fix? Is there something like
Not
that
at
I did
all.
wrong?
Not at all. I would like. I think that I would usually do. I will always like create topper layers to affect the colors, but I don't. That is really that would just ruin your job of painting. I don't want to do that. So it's just like,
Okay.
like not that it needs that. That's usually part of my process that I experiment tons with
Yeah.
that. But a part of me is like, I don't want to do that because like I love the way you did the eyes. She looks so sparkly and so creepy. And I love all the weapons and stuff. Like I cannot think of more stuff to add to it.
I love that there's a camera. It's just like so close to him. You would just see his eyeball. Like, what are they gonna do to his eyeball? That's what I want to know. Um,
That's the fun. Let's leave it to the imagination. That's for Dorothy to know and for us to fear.
there we go. Perfect. Well, whoa, that is crazy. Just see how much like we rely on each other. Like neither one part of this works without the other. Well, I guess your sketch could work on its own, but definitely my painting can't work without your line work right now.
I mean, the idea of this was to see how it would look at together.
Yeah.
Just like constantly just being like, it can look better. It can always look better. But at some
I
point,
think you've done an amazing job. Oh, there is
so fun.
one thing I'm seeing on my side that kind of went awry.
Do it.
Why is this? Is it on this layer? Yes, it is. Okay, just making sure I clean that up because I feel like I went over the lines right there.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Back here. Okay, no. This whole table situation.
Yeah.
Let me just fix what's going on there so it actually.
Oh, I thought like you wanted me to fix something on the table.
No. It's my end. Make it look actually real instead of what it was looking like, which is it looked like an afterthought, and I didn't want it to look like an afterthought, so
Everything I do is an afterthought, Sarah.
You're so funny.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel like we are noodling at this point.
I mean, we are. We're
But
just like retouching the retouches at this
really
point.
fun. Like I don't know. I feel like art is just like the funnest thing that you could ever do. That's kind of why I just.
Art is an amazing thing that is a joy to do. Can you imagine that?
Almost, yeah. Oh my goodness. I love this. I can't wait to see you post it. I'm gonna be like on the edge of my seat, like ready to repost. Aww. All right, I'm gonna sign before I start getting to.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Before I start getting to the point where I'm like,
I'm gonna sign. We can sign on white at the bottom. What color are you gonna sign? Just sign in the same color.
I don't like signing super intense colors.
Yeah.
I get really really weird. I'm gonna sign the color of Dorothy's outfit.
Sounds good.
Give me a second. I'm what I normally do is I'll like I'll just sign it huge. Oh, that's right. I'm not signing my real name. I'm signing my pen name. Excuse me.
Don't worry. I'm gonna show you how I sign.
So a lot of people don't know my full name is Tatiana Robbins, but
Who?
I use Anya as my nickname. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I use Anya as my nickname. And so a lot of people don't know that. But now you know. If you've seen it, I think like right here next to her. I don't know. Where do you want me to put my... Oh my gosh.
There
What if
we
I
go.
kind of did like
No,
that?
they work so well right next to each other. It's the perfect contrast of really the two people that work on this.
Right. No, but I want them to touch. I think it's funny.
Oh.
When like
the
that.
two A's, like
yeah,
the
yeah.
two A's. I'm following. Perfect. The A's connect.
Yes. That's so great. Wait, I
Uh,
don't like that mine is hold on. I don't like that mine is almost touching like the bottom. Oh my goodness. I keep doing that. Okay.
Oops, I made a boo-boo.
I want mine to be here. There we go. I will leave it there. That's a good spot. Oh, you have two signatures.
No, one second. I accidentally drew on top of a layer. Okay. There we go. Where do you want mine to be?
This is wherever. I liked...
Okay, I like it here.
I like...
Perfect.
Okay. Oh, well, that might that might not work.
I believe mine is better below yours because, and I'm gonna lower it a bit more so it matches your. How do you feel with that?
Again with this. So let me raise mine so you have more space.
Like, I believe mine looks like a I don't know the name in English of it's a line for yours to lie on, so it's like perfect in that way.
You're so sweet. It's like you going, ladies first. That's cute.
Sure, let's say it was for order of spelling order A and N.
I love it. Well, this was fantastic. Thank you so much, Nico, for coming on today and just collaborating with me. I think this was just such an enriching and wonderful experience to both work with you in voice acting and also on your cartoon now. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much to you, and I had a fantastic time.
All right. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.